Karyn, Bryant from me. I'm here with Bobby Green, and we're giving Dustin Poirier
the look.
The side eye over here right now. You got a big fight coming up at UFC 199.
I see him and he sees me.
You're looking sharp, my friend.
Why, thank you, love. Why, thank you. You know, I feel like it's my comeback. It's my reinvention of me. You know, I really took my time to work on my craft, to work on my image, to work on everything that I'm dealing with. You know, I'm a little kid from the streets, and I was young when I first started this business. Now it's time to let everybody know how serious I am.
So you have had quite a little bit of a layoff here since your fight with Edson Barboza. What have you been going through in that time?
Yes, ma'am. I went through a quad surgery. My quad was like 70% torn off. You know, they had to reattach it. I had a knee ACL surgery. So two surgeries put me back almost 2 years. You know, it really sucks. You know, but I'm back and I'm here to showcase my new skills.
What did you learn about yourself in that time? Because certainly, you know, mentally, you have to go through so much as well as the physical recovery. What did you learn about yourself?
I think that when you go through these things like that, it puts you into a point of isolation where you can just be like almost in a fishbowl watching everyone else's career and watching everyone else do the thing. Like I had the time to watch Rashad, who went through ACL surgery. I had the time to watch DC, which is Dominic Cruz, and go through his surgery. So both guys I got to see kind of like, this is how they came back, and this is what they were experiencing, and listening to what was their advice and stuff like that. So it just really felt like I sat back and I really had the time to hone in on what I wanted to do.
Well, and I like the idea that you are putting it all together. I mean, image is such a big part of the game now, and I don't know if everybody just sort of either credits or blames Conor, depending on how you look at it. But he certainly, I think, taught a lot of people about the big picture.
Yeah, I like Conor. I think he looks sharp. He comes out there, you know, looking good, you know, does good fights. You know, I think it's an awesome thing. He's bringing new blood and new energy to the sport.
So let's talk about this fight, though, with Dustin. You know, he's on a bit of a streak here since coming up in weight. How do you feel about this matchup?
I think it's a great matchup. I think it has the potential to be fight of the night. You know, I felt like every fighter I fought in before Dustin has not exactly wanted to fight. I think they more so want to win. And this time I think Dustin's going to want to fight. And I think it's going to be great because that's what I'm looking for. And if he's looking for it and I'm looking for it, it's going to go down. It's going to go down.
Well, and plus you got more of the hometown vibe here.
Yeah, we back in my spot. You know, he's in my house, so it's gonna be hard to come over here and beat me when I got a crowd behind me. Like when I fought Jacob Volkman, I heard people chanting my name, and it was like, oh my God, like it just does something to me. You know, it just does something to me. So yeah, if I get electrified, you better watch out.
Well, plus, you know, I have to admit, I am from Boston, so I'm a Celtics fan. But back in the day, I know the Fabulous Forum was all about, you know, the Lakers, and I can definitely recognize that. That has to add a little extra layer of specialness to be in here, right?
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, exactly. Like Staples Center, the Forum, you know, those are historic events. You know, I mean, places that like. You can only drive by that and tell your kids, you know, like I was there, you know, I did that, you know, and I was able to do certain things like that. So like the Anaheim Pond is another one, you know, small things like that are going to be lifetime for me, you know, that I can always look back and say I did that, you know.
Well, you and I were talking before we rolled about our first interview, and it's funny that you brought it up because I was just looking at it the other day too, and it was special to me. I look back on it now and I think, what a cool thing. You were so excited. You're like, I'm a guy that is living the dream, you know, coming off the couch. You were talking about all this stuff that you've been through. Do you feel like you've reached the dream yet? Or you know what I mean? Is there more to come here in the Bobby Green dream story?
There's still more to come, you know. I felt like, don't get me wrong, it's a blessing to be here. You know, the UFC's done great things for me, and I'm just so happy to be here, you know, to be able to be walking and to be able to be still competing is a blessing, for one. But at the same time, I still have dreams and aspirations, you know. I felt like with my previous fights, I haven't got the respect I deserve yet, you know, and that's what I'm really aiming out to. Like, don't get me wrong, checks are nice, but I fight for a different reason. Like, these guys are fighting to win, to get a check. I'm fighting to get the fight of the night. I'm fighting to put an event where you have something like Ali Frazier, which is a timeless fight that you can go back and watch from 10 years from now and say, those guys put on the show. Nice. And that's what I'm looking for more so than a win. I don't want to go by and have people be bored or snoring during my fights.
Nice. Well, I don't think that's even a possibility on Saturday at UFC 199, Bobby.
I try to keep it interesting. I got to come different, you know. I don't want people thinking that it's like when you see me out there with my hands down and stuff that I'm being cocky. It's nothing about that. It's just I want to be different. I want to give you a different show. My craft is different. My style is different. Everything about me is different from all these other fighters. I bring something different.
Very nice. Looking forward to it. Thanks so much for taking the time today.
God bless you. Thank you so much. I always watch you, girl. I always watch you. MMA Heat all day. Number one, baby.